Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. I just thought this would be a fun video to do. I was thinking about it. What were people and what were kind of Vikings fans saying before the year? What were some bold predictions? What were some takes going into the season about how this Viking season would turn out? And kind of we're at a good point. We're 5-6, coming off a really deflating loss. So I thought maybe cheer us up, or I don't know what this would be. I guess have some fun. Have some fun and see if we were right, wrong. I got a couple articles we could go through, see what people thought the Vikings were going to be doing. So let's get into this right now. All right, what's up, guys? As you guys see, top right of your screen. But we got the article by Chris Shad 2 months ago. It's 8 bold predictions for the Minnesota Vikings 2021 season. So let's see. Let's see if the Vikings, I guess, beat writers. I think this is on the Vikings age. Let's see if they were correct in any of these, if they were on it. So he starts off, he goes, Cousins will have another slow September. You know, Cousins kind of, I mean, he was hot in September. I mean, if we look at just the Bengals game and how he did, I mean, he had the game kind of field goal tying drive, and then Dalvin fumbled the game away in overtime. But then if you look at Arizona too, he was fantastic against Arizona. He was very good against Seattle. I guess if you're looking at Cleveland, I don't know if that was October or November. I'm just counting first 4 games. He was all right. I mean, he was decent against Cleveland. He could have definitely been better. But so I guess I would say this was a wrong prediction about Kirk. He definitely started off hot this year. All right, here we have the second prediction, which is really funny looking back on it because I can definitely relate to this. I thought Cook was going to have a monster year. I really did. I thought if he was going to be healthy the entire season, I thought he was going to definitely rack up a ton of yards. And honestly, this prediction, Cook will lead the NFL in rushing yards. It's going to be very far off just because of Derrick Henry and Jonathan Taylor this year. I mean, Derrick Henry's obviously out for the year. But also, the Vikings running game this year has not been what I've really expected it. I don't know about you guys, but I just have not seen the same, I don't know, I guess maybe it was my expectations were a little too high for the Vikings running game, but it just really hasn't really been what I thought it was going to be. All right, here is actually the third prediction, and it's very true. So shout out to the Vikings age. Adam Thielen will lead the Vikings in touchdown receptions. He's actually, I believe, tied for the league lead right now with, I think, what has he got? 11, tied with Cooper Kupp. So there, I mean, they drilled it right there. If we continue on, Adam Thielen had a strong 2020 season with 925 yards, finishing third in the league with 14 receiving touchdowns. I mean, yeah, he's a red zone threat. I mean, I think this is something we all kind of thought. I predicted before the year. I said Thielen will lead the Vikings in touchdown receptions, but I actually thought he would be third in receiving yards. Rather that was Dalvin Cook or KJ Osborne. But Thielen's had a very silent but deadly year. Definitely agree with this. I mean, good prediction. Actually ended up being true. The one that kind of has kind of stayed. I don't know. This is the one prediction that I think that is going to stay true for the remainder of the year as well. All right, here's one that has actually been wrong too, but this is a good one to get wrong. Minnesota's offensive line will hold the team back. See, as a whole, if we're grading on the whole year, I think the Vikings offensive line, I'll probably put them as a B plus. They've been pretty solid. I thought Darisaw, his addition has been great so far. O'Neal is still O'Neal. Ezra's honestly been pretty good. It's just the guard and center. That's just the two we just seem that we just can't get right. And having it with a quarterback like Kirk Cousins, we're going to need to get that right eventually. But I don't think they've been holding the team back at all. So that's kind of a prediction that I had going into. Actually, I was actually higher on the offensive line than most people. But definitely I could see why people would think going into the year the offensive line will hold the team back. But they haven't. I mean, I thought they've been pretty solid. Darisaw has been a great pick. Trading back from him, great decision right there. And O'Neal's been O'Neal. So, yeah, Vikings O-line has been solid this year. I don't count this one. This one doesn't count. This one just hurt my feelings. I don't know why we had to see that. Hunter will reach a career high in sacks. You know, honestly, he was aiming for it. I think he had, 6 in the 5 games he played. He jumped out to a hot start at Arizona when he had 3. That's a tough one. I'm gonna skip that one. That one doesn't count for right or wrong because it could have been right. I mean, if he would have stayed healthy this entire season, who knows what the numbers would have been. But yeah, I'm not gonna count that one as correct or wrong in any way because that's just a sad part of the Viking season. All right, here is one that is kind of up in the air so far. 2021 will be Barr's last season with the Vikings. I thought Barr's play this year has been underrated. You know, like they say, a lot of what he does well doesn't show up in the stat sheet. But this being Barr's last season, if I had to put my money on it right now, I would agree that I think Barr will leave in the offseason. I just think it will come down to be a money thing. I think he'll thinks he deserves more than what the Vikings are willing to give him due to the Vikings cap space next year. And I think Cousins is getting drilled for, $44 million next season on the cap, which is awful. So I don't know what the money situation will be. Hoping we can bring Barr back. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I would definitely, if I had to go to Vegas, put money on it right now, I would say Barr will not be a Viking next season. The Minnesota Vikings will have a top 10 defense. You know, this is something I thought could definitely happen going in the year, and this is the 7th prediction on the list. Just with injuries and the inability to stop the run, this one's not going to be true. I mean, maybe top 10 in third down percentage. That's something we can always tip our hats to. But this one's going to be off. This is definitely going to be one that will not be becoming true. Yeah, they would not have a top 10 defense. All right, the final one, bold prediction. Minnesota Vikings will miss the playoffs. Hey, as of right now, we have a 42% chance to make the playoffs. I don't know. That one could become true. I think it will be just because of the lack of talent in the NFC. You know, we got the main 5, and then it's the Niners, and then it's us. And then I don't really think we'll get lapped by anybody. We got the tiebreaker versus Seahawks. We got the tiebreaker versus the Panthers. So, I mean, if you're really looking at it, I think we will make the playoffs. So I think that one's going to be wrong. I just think we might make the playoffs as a 9-8, 8-9 team that may win one game, and that's our ceiling. I think that's where we are right now. We'll see. But, hey, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you guys like more videos like this, reacting to some it's interesting going back and looking at it before the year, what we kind of thought the Vikings season was going to be like. And it seems like this was pretty off. You know, the offensive line has not been that bad. Cousins getting off to the hot start. That was different from last season. And then somehow we're sitting in the playoff race right now at 5-6. Really weird year. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Skol Vikes.